This is how I felt as a black woman traveling in Ireland. Let's start with safety. In terms of safety, my sister and I felt very, very safe walking around day and night. Like, we never had any issues at all. Like, not once did we ever think, oh, I'm a little scared. Like, we were totally fine. In terms of Irish people, it's about a 50-50 split. Half of the people that we interacted with were actually super cool and nice and friendly and incredible. And then the other half were like harassing us. Like, we were in a pub and this guy came up to us and he put on the worst, craziest black accent he could conjure up and was very annoying and disrespectful. And then he was talking about, some other guy came up, was talking about his skin tone and our skin tone. I was like, literally shut the fuck up. So yeah, I thought they would be tame, but they were just annoying and I did not like that at all. And on top of that, in Galway, they like to scare black women for sport. Okay, I'm kidding about that part, but the other stuff did happen and it was actually really rude and disrespectful. But this part has nothing to do with us being black. I just couldn't not include it because it cracks me the fuck up every single time. So yeah, Ireland was okay. I felt safe or whatever, but I'm not in a rush to go back personally.
Today we traveled to Ireland. Come with us. So I said bye to my cat. She wasn't having that. Arrived at the airport with my overweight luggage. First stop, Philly, because we do have a connecting flight. Tawny fell asleep on me. The movie selection sucked. And we got to Philly and we really wanted Geno's, but they were closed, so we went here instead. Then we boarded our flight to Dublin. It was a 6-hour flight, and this is the food they served us on the flight. Like, what the hell is this? 0 out of 10. I'm in the bathroom. I can't believe we're actually going to Ireland. Like, how random. I got my stamp. I'm very excited about that. Something about the streets in Europe are just so charming. Then we got to the hotel, checked in, and we could not figure out how to use the lights, so we called room service. Turns out you just insert the key and it powers the entire room. Day 2 in Dublin. We're shopping at Penneys still. You see what that sign says. Don't play with them. So we were working around these pants, trying to make an outfit, but we didn't really feel it. I got these pretty pajamas. Look how beautiful. This view is everything. And the statue, the bird shot all over. Then we spotted a river island. I've never been inside of one, so I had to go in. I was underwhelmed. Then we headed to Zara. They were having a sale, so everyone was going crazy. It was overwhelming. So then we went to Pull and Bear. I remember Pull and Bear from our trip to Barcelona, and they have really cute stuff. I was envisioning like a short mini skirt look with stockings for Tawny, so we found that. And then look at this vest, so cute. We were able to snag a couple good things here. So later on we passed the casino and Tawny had to stop in there, but luckily there was no blackjack, so we left. Time for dinner. We went bar hopping. If there is one thing you could find in Ireland, it's pubs on pubs on pubs. We were taking whiskey shots all night. You know how we do. It was Saturday night, so it was poppin'. Tawny almost pissed herself. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Imagine after an 8-hour flight to Dublin, Ireland with your kid, you show up at your hotel to find out that you booked your hotel rooms for March, not February. But it all worked out. I ended up with this amazing room with a beautiful view of the river that my original room didn't have, so it worked out.
Day 3 in Ireland. So we had to be up really early, like 6 a.m. because we did book an excursion for today. We are going to see the Cliffs of Moher. 7 a.m. was the departure time, and soon after, a tire blew out on the bus. The luck of the Irish. Nah, I'm just kidding, but they did come and fix the tire pretty quick, and we were back on our way. We barely slept the night before, so we definitely took naps. The rest stop was dedicated to Barack Obama, which I thought was really random but interesting. I've never seen greener grass. As we arrived to the cliffs, the wind was killer. My eyes were literally watering. And there she is. She is a beauty, a sight to see. God is an amazing artist. Then the wind had us fighting for our lives. Tawny's ears were hurting, and the wind literally took my hat away, like blew it onto the cliffs. I was so sad. I love that hat. Tawny thinks it's funny. It was from Shein, so whatever. She did attempt to get it, but it was kind of far gone. To escape the wind, we went in to look at the displays and just get some warmth. I had some seafood chowder, and we headed back on the road. Stay tuned to see what we do tomorrow.
Hey everyone, so this is my trip to Ireland. That was the airport. It was cold as fuck when we arrived. It was snowing. This is us walking to our Airbnb. This is my room in the Airbnb. View was fire. The windows are fire. My bathroom Was small, but it was okay. This was the kitchen. Make sure you document when you get to an Airbnb, because sometimes things are messed up and they'll try to charge you for it, like that cabinet. This is us drinking. This is us at a bar drinking some more. This is us drinking some more. And this is us at a club. Yeah, club life there was fun. But this is us walking around. It was very peaceful at night. There was drunk people, but it was peaceful. This is us on one of our day trips. I forgot where we went exactly, but the views were amazing, spectacular. The air was amazing. This is another day trip. We visited Kilkenny. It was gorgeous. The people there, they stared at you a little bit, which I didn't like. This is another trip. That's me on the rocks, checking out the water. This is another trip. I don't remember where. There was a lot of sheep there, which was cool. And this is me on the way back to the Airbnb at nighttime. The people in Ireland were very friendly, very welcoming. Overall, I would rate it a 10 out of 10. Recommend.
Day 4 in Ireland, part 2. So at the very top of the Guinness Storehouse, they have this amazing 360 view. We had such a fun time here. I would definitely recommend. After we said, fuck it, gotta try some McDonald's. We were so hyped to see that you guys have snack wraps because in America, they took it away during the pandemic. I got the wrap of the day, which was chili crispy. This is how it looked. Looks a lot healthier than the ones in America. The fries were just as good, and we really enjoyed the wrap. Tani really enjoys fruit, so she had a pineapple stick. Now, why she gripped it like that? These are not on the menus in America. Say hi to the pups. Honestly, guys, we were feeling sick after drinking those pints of Guinness, so we relaxed before we went to dinner. Shout out to Nat's Julia XO. She suggested this steakhouse for us to go to for dinner. It was such a cute little spot, so intimate and delicious. I had the filet mignon with broccoli and caramelized onion, and Tani had a ribeye with mashed potatoes. That steak was bussin'. As you can see, I cleaned the plate. That was too good. Let's get the bill. They even brought Tanya a birthday dessert. 10 out of 10. We got in the car and hung out with some guys we met off TikTok. My mom would be so pissed. And I know what you guys are thinking. These girls are mad. Nah, it is kind of wild though. But everyone once started off as a stranger. You know what they say. Bad decisions equal great memories. If y'all want to see what we got into, stay tuned for part 3. Thanks so much for watching.
Did I love Ireland? Absolutely, I did love it. I would go again. The one thing that really did surprise me about Ireland is when I was staying in Dublin with my friend, and it's not that much of a party scene because everything closes by like 12 or 2. And I guess if you want to get the most out of it, you have to be drinking in the day until the night. But I was exploring. I didn't have time to drink all day, so I didn't get to do that. But I would say, like, whenever I did talk to somebody, they were all, like, pretty chatty, which made it fun. Another thing that I loved is that there's so much to see. Luckily, my friend lived there, so she told me about a bunch of places that I should go to. So I was genuinely very happy for that because I didn't have to think about anything. Like, I literally did no research for this trip. My friend just told me where to go, and I was like, okay. I think I mentioned this before, but I was very surprised at how diverse, not Ireland, but Dublin was. I can't speak to all of Ireland, but I know that Dublin was pretty diverse. I really saw so many Black people, and I was like, wait a minute, girl, where'd you get your hair braided? Like, where did you go? So I do have a friend from Ireland, but hearing some of their sayings in Ireland was very funny to me. Like, them saying, what's the crack, is pretty interesting to me because it just doesn't flow well. So people are like, what's going on? Like, what's the crack? And I'm like, what? Also, finding out what a knacker was pretty interesting. So apparently knackers are like, well, you could be knackered, which is tired, but knackers are like these young teens that cause up a ruckus in the area. All the boys walk in a gang and they're all wearing tracksuits and they're all sporting these Irish boy haircuts. Apparently this is a thing that I did not realize. They all have these haircuts. Anyway, I was told if I see a knacker on the street, just avoid them entirely so I don't get, like, I don't know, attacked or mugged. I really don't know what they do. I don't want to find out. Also, their fashion sense in Ireland is pretty interesting because, like, I don't know, a lot of things can get shipped. It's, like, very hard to get a lot of things delivered to Ireland for some weird reason. So a lot of their clothes, I feel like it's kind of like Y2K, but, like, the awkward stages of Y2K. And not saying everyone, but it's kind of just like, oh, interesting. oh, I haven't seen that look in a while. It's not bad, but it did throw me off a bit. I was like, oh, should I also like wear arm warmers? Arm warmers. I meant arm sleeves. Lastly, I would say if you're going, you should definitely see the differences between Ireland and Northern Ireland, just because it's not like crazily different, but it's like, oh wow. Like you'll catch on to like some of the differences and you're like, oh, okay, sure. Like Ireland uses the euro and then like Northern Ireland uses the pound. And I was like, oh, okay. Anyway, that's the only things I could think of from the trip. I definitely would go back and I recommend that you go too. It was beautiful.
Hey guys, it's Gauze. So for Black History Month, I'm doing a Black In series, and today I'm going to be showing what it's like to be Black in Dublin. Moore Street is notorious in Dublin. It's where you can find Black food, culture, and today I decided to get my hair done. An amazing woman named Nancy gave me these goddessy braids, and oftentimes in Moore Street, the aunties will just stand outside. Follow for more and happy Black History Month.
Stop what you're doing and wish Tawny a happy birthday. Today she turns 26, and it is day 4 in Ireland. Was that better? Today's our last full day here. We started off by just getting a quick breakfast at this coffee shop down the street from the Guinness Storehouse. We had cappuccinos, overnight oats, and a breakfast sandwich. Tawny and I have been friends since we were 12 years old. That feels like forever ago since we first met. I hope this birthday is a memorable one. I had to touch up my lips, then we headed to the Guinness Storehouse. We made it! We learned a lot of interesting stuff. This is Sir Arthur Guinness, and this man had 21 kids. Talk about getting busy. What I loved about this tour is that we had the freedom to do whatever we wanted. Here we are dancing, having a good time. And then it was time for what we came for, the tasting. We're too hype. We got to smell aromas, and then it was time for the star of the show. Sláinte! I sound like a fucking idiot. But anyway, that's the Irish word of the day. Cheers to that. Tawny got to ring the bell. She's so cute. This quote was everything. Like, I felt this to the core, you know? Period, poo. So this part we were the most excited for. Look, we got stouties. I've never seen anything like this. How freaking cool. That's me. That's Ton. After chugging the pint, you already know. Tawny was about to piss herself again. If you want to see part 2, stay tuned.
Checking for the vibe in Ireland, part 1. This is my first time here, y'all, and I was so tired. I took a nap, and then I had to get ready. And you know, when you put that makeup on, and you put that thing on, and the energy shifts, that's how I was. Y'all have been on my necks about these vlogs to show you what it's like in Ireland, so I hope that you enjoy this series. I had a vanilla espresso martini, and you know when you have the martini, it goes. Let me help you out. Don't have tequila in Ireland. I'm a tequila girl, and because I'm using a salt packet, that should tell you enough about this experience, this cultural immersion, if you will. It's whiskey and Guinness there. Just trust me. But look at my face. I'm going through it, and I have 2 back-to-back because Mama didn't raise no, you know. This is at Temple Bar, I forgot to mention, and it's vibes. You definitely should go when going to Ireland. The people are nice, open, and it's wild. I thought Young Blood was coming. Young Thug. This is Young Blood, a white man living his best life. And I was like, okay, sure. We had baby Guinnesses for the first time. It was messy. And then we ended the night at this bar. This is where the neck grabbing, the kissing, all that stuff happened. Stay tuned for part 2 because wow, y'all.